Hi there, I'm Erica.
And I'm Tina.
And we are Mary Mary.
And you're watching
Artisan News. The label they really want an album, and my husband / our producer really wants an album. So they're trying different things that neither one of us
And all I can say is
can.
I'm the only me.
And I'm the only me.
I'm always going to be the only me that there will ever be.
Yes.
So good luck with that.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Well, no, we refuse to feel that.
We don't feel pressure.
Warren does. They're communicating more with him. And I think he kind of gives us the softer version. Me, because I'm his wife and there's money attached, and so he doesn't want me to stress out. Tina, she's in her own world, and so she doesn't allow him to put the pressure on her. So he's feeling it a bit more. And I think the health stuff that you see will show just, how intense it got,
Well, the thing is this, we're signed to Sony through Warren. So for all intents and purposes, he's our record company and Sony's our record company.
Yeah.
So his issues with Sony are not ours because we're signed to him. We're not signed direct. You know what I mean? And so
they're kind of ours, though.
They're kind of ours, but no, they kind of his. And so listen, all the pressure that doesn't have to be mine in that space, I don't want it. So you're getting to see all of how the pressures of being in business.
Yeah. If we weren't family, this would be different. But we're family, so it complicates things. I mean, when you want your artist to do an album and you sleep with her at night, it gets kind of complicated. So,
well, you've got more ways to sway her. Whereas the other one that you're not sleeping with, because she's your sister, you know what I mean? She's like, listen, you guys go over there and you do what you do and enjoy it. But my schedule don't permit what y'all trying to do right now. So you see us trying to navigate, literally, she's walked into solo space and then I follow in her footsteps. And now they're like, it's time to make a Mary Mary record. And I'm like, I'm confused. So how do we navigate this? And we're spending most of the season trying to figure out how do we navigate this? How do we make everybody and ourselves happy? And I'm not sure if we ever figured it out, but
no, I don't
we
think
try.
We figured it out. So you gotta watch.
It
was so much easier when we were just Mary Mary. We only had
we thought Mary Mary was hard. Mary Mary is easy.
Yeah, we only had one kid apiece, and just wasn't much to do. But 5 kids, 3 kids, her solo, my solo. We know a church, her and Teddy's ministry. It's just a lot. It's a lot to coordinate.
Then you go do something and then it's successful and then you're like, I can't just stop it right now. Yeah. Like I went on tour and the show is covering that and all of the stress and drama that goes along with trying to be an artist, turn executive, turn promoter, turn, oh my God,
And you know what, honestly, I don't think anybody in the music business would come out with a record that's number 1. You win Grammys, you win Image Awards and go, okay, I'm not going to do it anymore. It's so hard to come out and have it be successful. When it's successful, it's like, the train is moving, let's keep going. And so we don't want to jump off our moving solo trains. Even though Mary Mary never really stopped.
But we like the Marys.
We enjoy being Marys.
We like to do the Marys. We just can't figure it out. So just, bear with us as we try to figure out.
Say a prayer.
How to figure this out. I think the eye-opening part of filming this season for me was trying to wear so many additional hats and tape the show. Like I moved into an executive space. I literally, my company, G Tree Creative, put out my book, it put out my CD, and the show is following me, navigating this solo career. But now I'm an executive. So I've got to sit in an office, be on computers. I've got to draft up my own contracts and send it over to my legal teams. I've got to hire all of my people. The budgets, they don't finish with me. They start with me. Every hiree starts with me. The vision. And I was like, oh, this is driving me crazy and the cameras need to get out of here because I'm about to snap on everybody. I don't want to do this no more. But it is for good reason. But this is too hard and I'm tired. And kids, get out of my face. I don't want to be your mama. And when can I just go back to being an artist? But I got ideas. It's just a lot.
It's a lot.
And she's like, let's do Mary. And I'm like, I can't even do what I'm doing. I can't add that. It's just, that's what it's like for me. I'm very excited to be relaunching my CD along with a special DVD project. I released a book and a CD together. My book of prayers and inspirational confessions is what I did for 14 months to go from that broken person in season 3 to this person who's living confidently and moving forward and helping others in season 5. And so I did a live presentation of the confessionals and all of my music videos, not all of them, but a few of them. And I kind of incorporate one into the other, and I'm packaging that up with my CD, which is It's Personal, and I'm re-releasing that at Walmart. And I'm like, this is great for an independent, so I'm excited about that, and I that's been driving me too, but it's part of what comes along with this, and it's great because I'm learning a whole lot.
Well, honestly, I was listening to the radio and I didn't like what I heard.
What did you hear?
There was a song basically glorifying cocaine and being in love with it. And I said, I'm a songwriter and I can have a say in this. I can change what young people are singing and saying. And so I knew that you had to sing it and say it in something that was cool and relevant and hip. And so I did, to the disapproval of my sister and my husband.
I'm with you now, though.
Yeah, you're with me now. But she was not on board at first.
Not at all.
But I was like, I just want him to sing something else. I know a lot of teens follow Mary Mary, a lot of young people do. And so I wanted to sing a song that would allow them to say something that was just a little more positive, Yeah. And I think a lot of people do love God, but there's not a lot of cool songs that allow you to say it. Yeah. And so I created this song, and there's a lot of people who love it and a lot of people who hate it. So
and then she created a hairline so you can love God and look fantastic in your Erica. What is it, Erica Campbell?
Erica by Erica Campbell.
Erica by Erica Campbell. She's
so I'm still
fantastic.
Quite busy. My both of my records were released and did very well, and I'm a businesswoman, so I just kept going and kept creating and kept doing stuff that would allow me to kind of still inspire people and uplift people and help me stay busy because my brain never stops.
So
but I'm really happy for
when you with all of this going on, how do you have time to make a Mary Mary record?
I can manage. I'm a better multitasker than you.
Okay. Hats off to her. We've actually been having a lot of conversations today, and we've been, promoting season 5 of the Mary Mary Show. We have to plan far in advance, whereas it used to be, you can make a decision on 2-3 months ahead of time. Yeah. We cannot do that now. And when the time comes for us to fully commit to, the Marys, we will have to have planned it, agreed on the plan, and then move forward accordingly. And so we're still trying to figure out how to navigate that because we want to respect this. This is great. What we have together, it's great. It's awesome. It's in demand. There's a lot of people who are like, give me another album. Yeah. And we can't mishandle that. And so we've got to figure out. And we can't
tamper with what has been for the last 15 years. We just can't change it. It's Erica and Tina. It is what it is.
Yeah. Divine drama. Listen,
I can't say that I'm 100% on board with that.
Because we're really trying to do the work of the Lord. I mean, this woman is a pastor's wife. Listen, let me just tell you about this weekend. So we're out promoting the show.
Oh God, they don't care.
Let me tell you, this girl was in LA Friday night. She's in Indianapolis, Saturday morning at 5 a.m. She's on a flight to Indianapolis. She does a concert that night. At 5 a.m. the next day, she's on a plane. She's got to go back to her church. She's the first lady. She has to make sure all the music is right. She gets there. She makes sure all the music is right. She facilitates the choir. She gets on a plane. She comes to Atlanta for the premiere, walks in the door, drops her bag and her coat, grabs a mic and walks on the stage. I said, you are everything. You go head on with yourself. This is what this woman
Very
does.
tired, but that is what I do.
I can't. I'm not made. I'm made for another kind of hustle. I can't. I don't understand that.
To whom much is given, much is required.
Well,
when I rest, I rest. But when I work, I work.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And as soon as she lands, guess what she's gonna do? She's gonna go home and make a Thanksgiving dinner. As soon as she lands, my kids are gonna eat takeout, and then I'm gonna tickle them.
No, and my kids have been eating takeout all week. I gotta cook when I go home.
When I land, we gonna all eat takeout, and I'm gonna cook the next day. So it's really challenging managing it all, but we love what we do. We're grateful to be promoting and pushing what we do. We've got to figure out how we can come back together, when we come back together, how we come back together, respect what we have individually, but we highly respect what we have together. And we respect all of the fans that have supported us and been with us. And so, just keep following us on this journey. We're going to take you somewhere good.
Yeah, it's filled with drama, but it's also filled with family and love and support. Yeah. It does get crazy. We don't always agree, but we find a way to be disagreeable. And I think I'm really
disagreeable. We find a way to disagree agreeably.
Yes, absolutely. I mean? Absolutely. You said it right. And I think I'm hoping that that's what people see. That even when you do have challenges, it doesn't mean that the family's over. You're never coming to Thanksgiving again. I'll never see you at another birthday party. Yeah. Those are the things that I cherish the most when my family gets together. So no matter what happens with Mary, I have to make sure Erica and Tina are together and family for us, for our kids, and for the rest of my siblings and my mom. And so, I love the fans, and I would love to get back to them, but Erica and Tina have to be great first.
You know what? We have mild sibling rivalry. Now we have a lot of sibling disagreements, but the thing is this: when we were kids, listen, it was a huge problem in the Atkins household. If you want to be arguing and disagreeing and fussing and fighting, you better get it together before our parents came into the house. Because, listen, you do better by being partners with one another. Yes. This division in the home rivalry is not allowed.
Yeah, our rivalry is like this. My sisters are stylists. So when I pick clothes, I'm a yes girl. Yes. I like this. Tina gives more nose. So we get to New York, and I have like
15 outfits.
Tina has 4. And she's like, you shopped more for her than me? She was like, you said no to everything. So she has to shop for Tina.
Why
she's
are you telling all my business?
He asked about rivalry. This is what happens. Or if we have the hair and makeup people and they're spending like a little more time on me, Tina's going, I guess nobody cares about my hair and my makeup.
You do the same thing. She does the same thing. We do a little bit of that, but it's always with a bit of sensitivity and it's in good humor. Yeah. We were not raised to compete with each other, but we do disagree. We don't always see eye to eye on everything. And if they over there working on her for 35 minutes and ain't nobody looked at me, I'm definitely going to tell them, hey, it's another person in this group over here, and I don't have shoes yet.
As it relates to our music, there is a bar of excellence that has been set by Mary. So I think Erica and Tina, as solo artists, we want to make sure that we never lower that bar.
That's right.
It's not trying to outdo her or she outdo me. This is what we're known for.
Maintain
the bar. I never bring the bar down. I rise to the bar. And I want her to rise to the bar. And I think she wants me to rise to the bar. Even in our process of making our records, she would call and say, hey, I got these lyrics. What you think? And, and I would call her and go, I have this song, and we would listen and encourage each other. So, I think our parents did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
And so, even though we do have our drama, we're still tight as 10 toes in the sock.
When my father passed from cancer,
it was hard.
It was very, very challenging to my faith. It's so funny. I was in the middle of the devastation of my marriage at that point in time. So here I am. I'm finding out that my husband's been unfaithful, and I find out publicly, and the story gets worse before it gets better. And 2 months later, my father is dead from cancer. When I expect my father to be healed here on earth, not over in heaven. I expected him to be healed and to be living and breathing and here, maybe helping me through the process. When he died, that shook me.
And it shook our whole family.
It shook me. It was very disturbing for me, and I think I was a little bit angry for a little while, like, God, why? And then I had to realize that God does all things well. All things are for a reason. And then when we look at our Father, we're like, what do you want to do as a parent? You want to raise your children to believe in themselves, to have faith and know that what's beyond them, there is a God that's looking out for their best interests, that they can persevere through everything. You want to equip them with what they need to be their best self and live their greatest life. And my daddy did that.
He equipped us. He definitely.
So ultimately, that means he finished well.
Yeah. And we didn't realize that till after he was gone.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. We grew up in a church where people got healed and delivered from cancer all the time.
All the time.
My husband had kidney cancer. They took the kidney out. He never had radiation. He never had chemo. He never had anything else after that. And that was 2008. So I figured my dad would have the same story. Yeah. So it did jolt my faith a little bit. But I believe that God is sovereign, and I believe my dad is where he always wanted to be. He prayed about going to heaven and talked about Jesus and talked about getting there and living in peace in this euphoric, wonderful place called heaven. And he's there. How dare I be selfish and say, no, come back. down here and deal with the troubles of this world.
Yeah.
So I'm happy he's where he wanted to be, but I do miss him terribly.
Yeah.
Next 6 months.
Over the next
we're
6
excited
months?
about the show. We're excited about our music still being out. People are still buying her record. People are still buying my record.
I'm going to be Erica's hair model for a little while.
She'll wear Erica Campbell wig tomorrow.
Yes.
In
And she can flaunt me
Atlanta.
around and tell me to turn around and spin and pose and all that kind of stuff. She's going to have me catwalking in her. I've got my re-release of my project. It's just called A Song and a Prayer. I'm releasing that. A Song and a Prayer paired with my album, It's Personal. I'm releasing that at Walmart in April. I'm very excited about that. And my husband and I are doing a tour to help all of the people that were broken like us get to wholeness like we're living now. Yeah. It's called An Evening with Teddy and Tina Campbell. I'm doing that in the fall of this year. The fall of this year. And the information will be up on my website, which is www.imtinacampbell.com. I'm excited about that. And then the Marys
still being moms and still being sisters and still
singing
trying to manage
here
our
and
lives.
there with the Marys and trying to figure out when we get back into the studio.
Absolutely.